I'm Owen Bigland. This is the Inside Edge video blog. Okay, happy Saturday, guys. I'm going to rapid fire some stuff here like I do a lot of times on my Saturday blog. Just some motivational stuff, things I've picked up through Wall Street Journal or some of the financial magazines I read or some of the private equity newsletters I get, stuff I see on Twitter and X and all that other stuff. So I'm going to rapid fire some stuff here and just kind of give you my take on some of it here. But this is a hedge fund guy that I follow, talking about the markets, of course, and we've had a pretty epic run here in the equity markets. He was basically saying maybe instead of complaining about the markets all the time and over-analyzing everything, you should invest your money, find something productive to do, and sit tight. Life is so much easier this way. And he's 100%. I'm telling you guys about this for many, many years, how I pay very little attention to macro and microeconomic forecasts, economists. None of these economists really know what they're doing or talking about. As Warren Buffett would say, he's never met a multi-millionaire, billionaire economist. They talk like they know exactly where everything's going. Well, if they did, they'd be billionaires. So they're all just, reading tea leaves and taking guesses at this stuff. Instead, I do what this guy does. I index invest. I buy and hold the S&P 500, the VTI, the Triple Q, the Vanguard Growth Fund, the Schwab High Dividend, the VIG, the TSX 60, the XCI, and then I have a core portfolio of the best, the Apples, the Googles, the Metas, the Nvidias, Home Depot, Visa, Johnson & Johnson, Pepsi, Costco, and just hang on to them. Collect the dividends if they pay me a dividend and just reinvest it and just let it snowball. And then I enjoy my life. I spend zero time on my investing, and I put that towards my career as a realtor and my business, working out in the gym, eating right, sleeping, taking regular vacations, all that good stuff. That's what life is about. And it shouldn't be about, over-analyzing, complaining about markets, but people do it. Next one, another guy that I follow, a newsletter here on it was a panel of Wall Street experts here, investors, and he was asked, in 3 words or less, what prevents most people from building wealth? And this guy came up with the best answer. 3 words: not enough income. And yes, 100%, I've been on this now for a few years. You can read my book. You can read books on Warren Buffett, Jack Bogle, subscribe to the Wall Street Journal, learn how investing works, go onto a site like Canadian Couch Potato, get your money into low-cost ETFs. But if you're not building enough or creating enough fuel for that fire, you're not going to build any real wealth. So that's the secret. You've got to get, I've talked about it many times here, multiple revenue streams. Most multimillionaires have multiple revenue streams. They have their working income. Mine is as a realtor, which I do well in. It took taking me a decade or more to build it up. But I've got income coming in from my stock portfolio. I've got rental checks coming in from my rental portfolio. I've got income coming in from YouTube, book sales, and other business ventures I'm involved in passively. I don't have to actively work for them. You guys need to build up those passive income flows. But he's right. Unless you have the income, it's a waste of time. You can become the world's greatest investor, but if you don't have 20, 30, 40, 50, 100K or more to invest every year, it's going to be really difficult to snowball that into any real wealth. So work on both ends of the equation. Work on becoming a better investor. Just index invest, I tell you guys. Don't get cute. Your first $500,000 should just be in low-cost index funds. And then if you really have an inkling for it, you enjoy it, you want to study the companies, know what you own, then for sure, you can buy some individual names. But don't chase the meme stocks, the marijuana, the crypto. Buy quality names, like the companies I named off. Everything in life we do compounds. That was a quote from the late, great Charlie Munger. Totally true. Everything in life we do compounds. Think about it. Think about the things you do. For me, one of the big things that comes to mind with that is staying in shape, exercising, eating right. So that's something that I was really fortunate enough. I started as a young kid, started working out with weights probably when I was 12 or 13 years old in my basement. And it's never left me. Here I am in my late 50s, always worked out, always stayed in shape, always been pretty diligent with my diet. Part of the reason I do it is so that I can enjoy my life. I can go out and eat a pizza or have a cheeseburger and fries or have that dessert. That's one of the reasons why I do it. But it's also to keep motivated, keep my energy levels up. You look good, you feel good. It's going to translate into other parts of your life. But it all compounds. You don't realize that when you're 15, 16, 17 years old. You're just working out and staying in shape because you enjoy it. I still enjoy it just as much as I always have, but it pays dividends for you and it compounds as you get older. But you can translate that to so many other areas of your life. The stock market is a gambling machine for the financially uneducated and a compounding machine for the financially educated. Warren Buffett talks about that all the time. I'll let that one sink in. So the final thing, so those are just some things. Hope you guys enjoyed those. Stay the course. Nothing comes overnight, like I always tell you guys. Enjoy the ride. Try and get a little better every day, every week, every month, every year. That's all I've ever tried to do. At the end of the year, I sit under a palm tree drinking a Corona and I review my year for about 15 minutes, where I'm at with my business, where I'm at with my book sales, my real estate portfolio, my stock portfolio. Most of the time, it's better than it was the year before, and I consider that to be a successful year. You keep compounding those year after year after year, decade after decade, you're going to be living a pretty nice life. Trust me on that. Final thing I want to throw out to you guys, to finish it off here. Were you guys aware that David Dweeby, my favorite premier, you guys know, nothing wrong with the man personally, but I just don't like his policies. You guys know how I feel about socialism. It's a cop-out. It's a way to, just bring everybody down to an equal level. We'll take care of you. Don't worry about it. They've got 1,000,001 excuses why you're not successful, but vote for us and we're going to help you. We're your friend. It's just a lie. But anyways, were you guys aware that we have a sugar tax in British Columbia? Now, I'm unaware of this because I don't eat a lot of sugar. I eat virtually zero sugar. But a guy on X, he was a tourist, I don't know where he was from, posted a receipt from an Earl's downtown here with a 7% sugar tax on it. And I'd never seen this before. It was on 2 or 3 Cokes that he had, Coca-Colas. And I looked at the comment section and I wasn't aware of this, but back in April of 2021, the NDP passed a 7% sugar tax. Crazy. Listen, it doesn't affect me. The reason I didn't know about it is because I have never bought a sugared soda pop, at least not in the last 10 or 12 years. I'm usually, when I'm at a restaurant, I'm drinking water, fine wine, cocktails, or beer. One of those 4. But, I know in New York City, Bloomberg there passed a sugar tax on bottled sodas in the bodegas and stores, I think of about 5%. I don't know if it's in restaurants though, but I don't know if you guys are aware of that. Now, I'm fine with it. Again, it's just another socialist thing where they tax everything they can get. I often find it odd that, they legalize things like marijuana and sports betting, which are sinister. But they're going to hit you hard on the 7% if you want to buy a small Pepsi or something. I find it also a little bit, as a Coca-Cola shareholder and as a major Pepsi shareholder. I've told you guys I've owned Pepsi for almost, probably coming up to 27, 28 years now. It was the very first stock I ever bought was Pepsi, and still own a ton of it today. It's had many, many spin-offs. Many stock splits. It's a major holding in my portfolio, Pepsi, still is. I find it a little bit discriminatory when you consider that they've got marijuana, and I know they tax alcohol and marijuana, things like sports betting and all that other stuff, but let's hit you with a 7% tax. Maybe you guys can let me know. I wasn't aware of it because I don't buy soda, but does this affect other things? I mean, is it on desserts, sugary snacks, that kind of thing? Like, I don't know where it ends. It's kind of unwielding. Maybe it's just on soda pop, but it is what it is. But I wasn't aware of it until just now, so I thought I'd blog about it here. I wanted to know if you guys were aware of this 7% sugar tax in British Columbia. Anyways, everyone have a good weekend. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.